May I congratulate you, Mr. Albright? This analysis of yours coincides almost exactly with the current market trends.
Well, thank you, Mr. Lundstrom.
You appoint us your American representatives, and I'll have Mr. Albright personally supervise your account. What do you say? Is it a deal?
Now, please don't rush me, gentlemen. In any deal of this magnitude, I am primarily concerned with the dignity and the character of the men I select to represent me. However, I will say that I have heard nothing but good things about your firm. I shall make my decision within the week.
Yes?
Call for Mr. Lundstrom.
It's for you, Mr. Lundstrom.
Thank you. Hello. A girl did what? No, Eric, don't call the police. That would only cause a lot of undignified publicity. I will go directly. Goodbye. My secretary at the hotel. This is most extraordinary.
Well, what happened?
A mysterious young woman tried to bribe our maid at the hotel. One of the gang entrance to my suite. What do you make of that?
I haven't the slightest idea, Mr. Lundstrom.
Well, good day, gentlemen. Oh, thank you. Oh, I beg your pardon.
Not at all.
Good day, Mr. Albright.
Goodbye, Mr. Lundstrom.
Hello, Vern.
Hi, dear.
That girl at the hotel. Albright, you got to do something about that daughter of yours.
Uh-oh, what's Margie done now?
We have reason to believe she's been trying to see Mr. Lundstrom.
Oh, I see. That Bermuda trip you promised her. And she thinks that if she can get to see Mr. Lundstrom, she can figure out a way of speeding things up. That's all Margie.
You heard what Lundstrom said about dignity and things like that. Albright, you've got to keep her away from him.
Well, Margie's only trying to help. Just a second. Suppose we have her meet a Mr. Lundstrom.
A Mr. Lundstrom?
That's right. Some actor who can speak Swedish. A decoy to keep Margie occupied until we get the real Mr. Lundstrom signed, sealed, and safely back to Sweden.
Boy, you're a genius.
Hi, Margie.
Dad, I didn't hear you come in. What's the matter?
I'm disgusted. It looks like Lundstrom's going to leave town before we can make a deal.
But if he leaves, then we'll be able to go to Bermuda.
Are you joking? If I lose this deal, I'll have to work day and night to make it up to Honeywell.
Well, Dad, maybe we could figure some way to keep him in town.
Margie, I've told you before, I don't want you meddling in my business affairs.
I wouldn't think of meddling. But if Mr. Lundstrom should stay and you should make the deal, then we could go to Bermuda.
Yes, but you aren't going to meddle.
Dad, I wouldn't think of meddling.
Here it is, Margie. The Swedish-American dictionary you wanted.
Roberta.
Hello, Vern. This is Will Solonston, the actor. Mr. Solonston, Mr. Albright.
Nice to know you, Mr. Albright.
How do you do?
Vern, I still wish you'd reconsider. You know what happens when you try to play tricks on Margie.
Oh, Roberta, stop worrying. Miss Townsend has explained everything to you.
I'm sure I'll be able to keep your daughter occupied. And incidentally, Mr. Albright, I think your Indian idea is the most priceless thing I've ever heard.
Oh, thank you very much. By the time my daughter solves that little problem, my worries will be over. Wait over there.
Oh, right. Bye, Miss Townsend.
Goodbye.
I've arranged everything with the clerk. Come on.
Clerk,
Yes, miss?
would you announce me to Mr. Olaf Lundstrom, please?
Your name?
Miss Albright. He knows my father.
Oh, I just remember. Mr. Lundstrom is sitting right over there.
A walking smorgasbord. Mr. Lundstrom? I'm Margie Albright, Mr. Albright's daughter. My father said so many nice things about you, I wanted to meet you.
Oh, Miss Albright. Jaha, Margie Albright.
Ja, yes.
Jag är mycket glad att träffa er, fröken Albright.
Hmm?
Det glömde jag tala om. Jag talar inte engelska. I not speak much English.
Oh, well, I'm prepared.
Nej, men det var ju fint det. Säg, hur skulle det smaka med lite lunch?
Lunch?
Lunch.
Oh, yes. Come on.
Jaha.
Oh, what do you think you'll have?
Jag vet inte. Jag kan inte läsa engelska heller.
Oh, I'll translate for you. Let's see now. Soup. Soup. This could take years.
Yes.
Oh, that's not on the menu. Now, let's see. It's early. Maybe you'd like some bacon and eggs. Bacon.
Jag förstår inte.
Oh, at least you shrug in English. Bacon. Oi. Bacon? Well, let's try eggs. Eggs. Well, how about a nice steak? Steak. Now watch me. Moo. The cow. That's where steak comes from. Moo.
You feel all right, miss?
Sure, I feel fine. I'm trying to find out what Mr. Lundstrom wants to eat. He only speaks Swedish.
Lundstrom? First a girl trying to get into my suite, and now another Mr. Lundstrom? Eric, I think this calls for a little investigating. Pardon, perhaps I can be of some assistance. I speak Swedish.
Well, that's very nice of you. Please sit down.
Oh, thank you.
My name's Margie Albright.
Albright? That's a familiar name. Margie is, I mean.
And this is Olaf Lundstrom. Maybe you've heard of him, the big Swedish industrialist.
Oh, how interesting.
I'm trying to entertain you. My father was keeping him in town until he made meal with him.
I see.
I've been trying to find out what he wants for lunch. Would you ask him for me, please, Mr.
Franken. William Franken. Vad vill ni ha till lunch?
Jag trodde hon ville ha lunch. Jag har redan ätit.
What'd he say?
He's already had lunch.
For crying out loud. Ask him when he's planning to leave town and why.
Hon vill veta när ni ska resa och varför.
I hela mitt liv så har jag önskat att få se några riktiga tvättäkta indianer. Och därför reser jag till Albuquerque ikväll.
Oh, yeah. He says he always wanted to see some real Indians, so he's leaving tonight for Albuquerque.
Indians?
Jaha, indianer. Indians. Oh!
Never mind, I know what they are. Tell him I know where there's a whole tribe of Indians living right here in New York.
Hon säger att hon visar örtika indianer i Central Park ikväll.
Nej, verkligen. Så trevligt. Kan ni tala om för henne att jag möter henne i hotellvestibulen 8:00 ikväll? Och att jag är mycket glad. Ja, adjö, herr Franken. Miss Albright.
Oh, don't be embarrassed. I was once young. He says in the lobby tonight at 8, he will be ready. Now, all you have to do is produce some Indians.
I'll get some Indians.
I believe you will. But how?
Oh, a little war paint, some feathers. I have some friends. They'll help me.
Incredible. You know, I feel I should know more about this. I mean, I should like to know how it all comes out. Perhaps I can be one of your Indians.
Oh, I wouldn't ask you to do that.
Well, now, an Indian who understands Swedish might come in very handy.
What? Would you help me, really?
This whole business interests me more than you can imagine, Miss Albright.
Well, here's my address. We'll assemble at my place at 7:30. Thanks, a million. You're very sweet.
What's it all about, Mr. Lundstrom?
That's exactly what I'm going to find out. Eric, I want you to get me a book on Indian lore and a complete Indian costume.
Hi, Betty.
Hello, Mr. Albright.
Margie, if you think I'm going to walk in there and tell your father that I'm going to do an Indian war dance in Central Park tonight...
Freddie Wilson, how long does it take you to get something through your head? My father's going to be turning handsprings. I've solved his whole problem for him. I'm keeping Mr. Lundstrom in New York, and you're helping me.
You really think he'll approve?
Of course he will. Come on.
What's the matter? Are we going in?
She went for it like a ton of bricks. She's convinced I'm the real Olaf Lundstrom.
Yeah, this is an ingenious idea, all right. As long as the decoys hold out, we'll never have another bit of interference from your little Margie.
I still can't imagine how she's going to show me Indians in Central Park tonight.
If she says there'll be Indians in the park tonight, there'll be Indians.
I'll see you later, Margie. I have to buy a mother for a bottle of vinegar.
That's the last thing I ever do, and you were going to help me.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Albright. So long, Will. You're doing a fine job. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Betty, I'm depending on you to forget what you've just seen.
I'll stay with Betty and help her forget.
We're going in there and set a little trap. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Mr. Albright. Mr. Honeywell.
I have some good news for you. But first I have a confession to make.
Confession?
I disobeyed you. I went to see Mr. Lundstrom.
Margie.
But now let me finish. I've solved your problem. I'm going to keep him from leaving town.
You are? How are you going to do it?
Yes, Margie, how are you going to do it?
He wants to see Indians, so I'm going to show him some Indians.
Indians?
I knew you'd be surprised. But here's the deal. We're all going to dress up like Indians.
What do you mean, we're all?
Well, just what I said. All of us. We'll have to make it a good show, won't we? We may have to do it lots of times. Maybe every night until your deal is made.
Excuse me, dear. Mr. Honeywell and I would like to talk this over.
I'm afraid you'll have to go through with it. Now, don't forget, we haven't signed Lundstrom yet, and something could go wrong.
Well, I suppose you're right. If she's with us tonight, at least we'll know she isn't with Lundstrom.
Mr. Franken?
Yeah, sure.
You fool anybody. Come on in.
Albright, I could wring your neck.
How did you get in on it?
The way I get in on everything. Margie's helping her father. Roberta, you wouldn't let Dad down at a time like this, would you? End of quote. And here I am, a generally level-headed businesswoman masquerading as an Indian. Ah, and that isn't all. Later on this evening, I'm doing a war dance in Central Park.
Oh, I'm sorry, Roberta. I never thought she'd involve you. Mrs. Odette! Want to hear the walk on Speaker Cross time? I bought a record this afternoon and boned up on the calls. Wow!
Here they are.
Oh, wait. Let's fool them. Say I'm a real Indian. I'm just helping you. I don't want to be identified.
All right, Mr. Franken. Hi, everybody. I want you to meet someone. This is Chief White Cloud. He's a real Indian.
Me, no speaking English. Much good. How, Chief?
Yeah, you and Mr. Honeywell better hurry and get dressed. We don't want to keep Mr. Lundstrom waiting.
Of course not. Come on, Mr. Honeywell.
if your father ever finds out my part in this...
You got out of dressing like an Indian, didn't you?
Yeah, but what I have to do now is 1,000 times worse.
Now, don't forget. Make the call at exactly 8:45.
8:45.
Check your watch against mine.
Chase evil spirits away. Old Indian, give spirit call. Wah! 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 Now all stand up. We're going war dance.
Margie, this has gone far enough.
Dad, him no understand English, so all right to talk, but make him sound like Indian.
What me try and say is already do plenty big Indian ceremony. Now let's stop 'em act and get back home 10th floor TP.
Not yet. First we do a big war dance. Everybody follow me.
What a big idea.
We go prepare a big surprise for Mr. Lundstrom. You keep 'em dance going.
All right, but make 'em snappy 'em.
Now what? You'll know in just a few minutes.
You've won this time, Freddie, my boy. You've won. You're not going to do what Margie says. You jellyfish. Hello, operator. Give me the police department, please.
Sergeant Carey speaking.
What? You want to report what? Indians in Central Park. I think they're going to burn a man at the stake. One of them just asked me for a match. Say, who are you anyway? Hello. Indians up in Central Park having a war dance.
And you found out it was a gang?
Mm-hmm. And that's why I got the three of you away from them.
I'm going to fix them good. Just stick around and watch the fun.
All right. You and Mr. Honeywell can stop if you like. But did you forget that I'm not really Mr. Lundstrom?
Say, that's right. We'll keep on yelling so they won't know we stopped.
Central Park area. Calling all cars. Investigate report of Indians in Central Park.
Is he kidding?
We don't want the police to find us. Come on.
I wonder where Margie and the others are.
I think I hear him coming now. On your feet.
Good evening, fellas. You looking for somebody? Just a minute. I can explain everything.
Yeah, go ahead, Albright. Tell him it's only a gag.
Now, come along quietly and everything will be nice and peaceful.
I'd like
to be there when they try and explain to the judge.
I thought that radio dispatcher was drunk.
Something tells me we're all going to be there.
Honest, fellas, you don't want us. We're nice, quiet Indians. Those are the bad ones.
Yeah, we understand. Come on. Come on.
Name? Vernon Albright. Name?
Roberta, I'm Innocent Townsend.
Couple of nice middle names you have there. Name? Will Solenston. Name?
Margie Albright, I don't want to go to jail.
Oh, Miss Albright, please don't think of it as jail. Just think of it as an indoor Indian reservation.
Name?
Olaf Lundstrom. Mr. Lundstrom. Yes, all right. And please do me a favor. The next time you want to keep your daughter from meeting me, just let me meet her. Oh, I guess this ruins everything.
Mr. Lundstrom, please don't blame my father. It was all my fault.
Believe me, my dear, I've never had so much fun in years. And all right, if you use one fortnight resourceful as your daughter, I can rest assured my finances are in good hands. Oh, Mr. Lundstrom, do you really mean it? Sure, we got the deal.
Oh, Mr. Lundstrom, you're wonderful.
Margie.
You heel.
Well, I guess that answers my question before I ask it.
Go ahead and ask it. I've gone out with heels before.
I hate to break up romances, even between Indians. But may I ask a question?
What the devil were you up to tonight?
Listen to me. I'm not even an Indian. I wouldn't dress like this.
Now I'll explain things. You see, Your Honor.